Here I am. early, early. I got my coat on. I guess it's warm enough I could take my coat off. I meant to wear my other shirt that I just got. But, yeah, a lot of people are still watching Cow and K Profit. K Profit and Cow Shit with they poop. Yeah. Gosh. He thinks he's such a pro because he runs a little treasure hunt there in Vegas or something, you know. He ain't. Um, Forrest stated on in their video. Now that they played the video, I can quote what he said. Hey, Jason. But Forrest said, it will continue until something ends it. Anybody else figure out what the something is besides me? It's the end of his life. The end of his life ends it. Because he doesn't want this continuing on and all these people hounding his family. So it ends when he passes away, it ends. That's what ends it. And the reason nobody is close to it, why he says nobody's close to it, there's no lead searcher based on her description is who's closest to the treasure. And yeah, that can be in distance or in time or what, you know. So he can play with what she's asking quite a bit. And, hey, Luke, Selena, it's his will that ends it. The end of his rainbow is the end of his life. And all the blazes have been found. And so on. So, you know, him denying that there's a lead searcher, he's playing with words there. And he said there's a lot of problems, you know, with this hunt. You know, there's a lot of issues, things that maybe he didn't think of before. And he's, you know, well, oh, wow, I didn't think of that before. But, you know, it's just a lot of his answers to questions, he can't give a true answer, so he has to give you a fudged answer. Hey, Captain Marvel. Got my tea going, and I'm on very early. I gotta tell my friend. And my other friend, good fans of mine, send him a message, tell him I'm on. He ain't here yet. Yeah, the end of his life ends the chase, and the winning searcher is already known by him and me. But he hasn't confirmed nothing to me. He'll flat out deny it to cover the fact, you know. But this is all a social engineering, psychological experiment of his to see how many lives he can influence. How many babies are running around that wouldn't be running around if it wasn't for him having the chase and getting people together? Stuff like that, you know. He's changed lives. And you know, a few people, maybe their life changed negatively, you know. Freeze to death out in sub-zero weather in January after getting wet, and all you got to keep warm is waders. You know, that's what happened to Randy. If you coming up here to the mountains and like tonight, right now it's 6 degrees. That's a little warmer than it was when Randy passed away. Hey, Sonia. Look closely at the poem, every word. You don't have to tell me how to. I figured it out. I'm telling you, you know, it's like somebody's got the treasure chest, right? And you're telling, oh, it's in Yellowstone. No, it wasn't. Good video of Jack and Ben Franklin. But what's the other videos? Stabbing people. The other videos stabbing people, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, videos of stabbing people. The other thing came up this week. I gotta look at my computer to see what. There was Sullivan. Seattle Sullivan. He, you know, I had invited him because I know he's up in New Mexico and stuff, and working on his car or in somebody's RV park or something. And you know, it's like, you can come work on your car here. I got 5 acres and ain't nobody gonna bother you. I got a storage trailer. You can put a cot in there and a sleeping bag and a heater and whatever, you know. But I don't know if I want to come visit you because Forrest said you're pretty good at swinging axes, and that scares me. Well, if you look at the last page of the book, there's a guy with an axe cut down all the trees. He cleared all the blazes. He's saying I'm the guy with the axe. Satisfied that I've completed the task. Oops. What do you mean, oops? What's that? Bandit? Hey. Good video, Jack Bandit. And yeah. Oops. What do you mean, oops, Jacob? There's some hot tea. Another reason I'm on early is I think they were ending theirs. It looked like it. Mike kept trying to end it. And we play the videos before we go, so it looked like they were ending. It was close to 8 o'clock, so I got on. And the thing, I got a doctor appointment up in Denver, or near in the Denver suburbs at 8 a.m. And I got to leave here at 2 a.m. when it's minus 10 degrees and drive to Denver. Probably some frozen roads and stuff like that. I'm giving it an extra hour because of, that, and I don't know what the traffic's going to be like between Colorado Springs and Denver. So I want to try and beat the rush hour and get there and maybe get some breakfast before I go in for my appointment. Waited 2 years to see an endocrinologist from the lousy VA. No, I am not going to the meetup on Saturday. I am going to Denver in about 5 hours. I'm leaving for Denver. And after my doctor appointment, I might go to the Denver Museum and look around in there a bit, and then I'm heading back here because I got to keep my RV warm in this sub-zero weather that we're having this week. And I told Davio I'm going to be in town on the 17th. And then he schedules a party on the 21st. Well, Bill won't be here, you know. I tried to make a comment on Cow Shit's channel. And you know you're blocked when you type a message, you hit enter. How you doing, Maria? You type a message and you go to, you send it, and it just go blip, and it bleeps right out of there. It's gone. That's when you know that they've blocked you. So they blocked me because I said, hey, you know, there's nothing illegal on YouTube. YouTube don't have a policy against 420. Or, you know, I see people, oh, you can't have guns on YouTube, you know. And there are people with shooting channels and gun and channels and stuff like that. And they got Ted Nugent on YouTube, you know. But thank you, Maria. It's a little warm in here right now for it, but got this and some other things from Maria. That's not nice. What's not nice? Oh, them blocking. Yeah, they blocked me. You know, I wasn't gonna say anything about marijuana on there, you know. but they blocked me just because they're assholes. Cow shit, K-Profit. You know, even Men Are So Smart was making a comment about K-Profit and their Chaseopoly BS and stuff like that. Made a few a few comments because I made some notes when I was watching the Lou and Ron earlier, and Lou said he had a concussion, and it's obvious, Lou. Knew something was wrong there. Thanks. Yeah, this one I got on eBay. I think it was $10. It has a snap, so I can snap up both sides or whatever. In Australia, the reason they snap up the one side is the left side. I think they snapped up because they throw their gun over their shoulder and their bayonet was sticking up, and so they made a snap to keep the hat from rubbing against the bayonet that was sticking up here, you know. And I moved my mammoth from the other hat to this hat. My other hat needs to go in the wash, a little bucket hat I have. Toby and Shelley on their last show or whatever, it was, maybe it wasn't their last show, maybe it was maybe it was Friday or something. But they suddenly discovered the movie Full Moon with the song Stout-Hearted Men they're singing, and I did a video on that in March. It just shows you that being ignorant because you don't like somebody doesn't mean you won't learn something from them. And wisdom is gained by listening to people that you agree with and people you don't agree with. You know? Because sometimes people you don't agree with might give you some information that's helpful. And if you really want to find the treasure, you don't want to miss out on any information. Is more important than the book? I'm not sure myself. It's all Forrest is what you know. Forrest is the key. He's the. I know more than they do, Captain. I know more than they do. Cape de Poop and his salamander So I give up on the salamander. I showed, I took Sean Dodson, and Sean Dodson stood on top of the mammoth parade. He saw the mammoth parade. He knows how impressive that is. Forrest, yeah, he's the man behind the curtain. Well, he's not really behind the curtain. We know who he is. Somewhere over the rainbow. Thanks, Jacob. Man, what do you think the other object is in the chest? I don't think the other object fit in the chest. It comes with the chest, is what I think. Yeah, we don't know where Sean hadn't put a video out in a long time. I don't have a problem with Sean. I have a problem with his friend at Poop. And yeah, and cow lasers. That's not cow. That's cow shit. Eight dimension treasure map live. Like, wow, here go first. Okay, 8 dimension. Eighth dimension. It's a quantum treasure hunt. He used quantum physics to hide the treasure. Not everything is in the chest. It may be that it's a whole lot more than just the treasure. That might be the surprise. And you know, so and my plan, whatever the prize is, I would not divide it up. I would keep it all intact, and I would get a contract with professional exhibitionists, not the type you find in trench coats. No, his will ends it. Will ends it. That's it. Yeah, something will end it. His passing will end it. He isn't gonna. Oh, great! Now my computer is. I've been backing up my files on my computer over to my hard drive, all my photos and making sure everything's backed up. And I gotta wipe that computer out and reinstall the original software to bring it back to life, because right now I have it won't let me close a window. And task manager, and close that. There. Now will it let me? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, see, even my photo viewer went down. I couldn't close the Windows photo viewer, picture viewer. But he told he told Seattle Sullivan that I'm pretty good. That Gorman's pretty good at swinging axes. That's a clue to the last page. That's a clue to right there. Gorman's pretty good at swinging axes. So, and you can see my highlights all over, because that arched line there, that little quote there, I wish I could have lived to hide the treasure I was attributed to. Made by glad to show up and support a fellow searcher. Thanks, hey puppet. There's an artwork of Abraham Lincoln that looks like that. Oh, with his on the tree stump. See, because that's right, Lincoln and Washington and Ben Franklin are important. They're present. They're all on the. People that are on the money. They're on the money. And if you're on the money, you win the treasure. But before, yeah. And I've got some material because I was planning on making a mammoth puppet. You know, with olives. And with olives. What's with olives? What are we saying? Did you say something before that I missed? I don't know. So you're continuing someone else's comment. And with olives. Okay. Down in San Antonio, Alamo. I went to the Alamo, was that 20... It was the last day of 2016 I went to the Alamo. I went there like New Year's Eve. Or day before New Year's Eve. Like December 30th of 16. Coming up from the Wretches place in Corpus Christi. Those people have somebody. Oh, did you see the video on what's the other channel? What's their thing called? The I can't remember the name of it. The one Billy Forrester and Janet Langard run, you know. But yeah, I was never allowed in that channel page and stuff, and all they ever wanted to know is, what do you know? What are your secrets? You know? And then as soon as they know oh, well, I don't agree with you. That's what confirmation bias is. If I had the treasure right here showing it to you, confirmation bias is the people someone viewing who their solution up in Yellowstone, way off of my solution, will not be able to accept that I have the treasure. Under no circumstances, even if I showed them the treasure, because they are so dead set on, I got a warm waters halt. Well, I got a warm waters halt. I have a no paddle up your creek. I have a real home of Brown, a billionaire Brown, and I have a water high and a heavy loads and a put in and a take out and an end of a rainbow, the beginning of the rainbow, everything. I have the teacher waking Forrest up he's sleeping on his desk, and the teacher standing over him with her books, with her arms folded, holding the book, you know, standing there, and Forrest is on his desk, you know. I even found my logo, my Double Blazes logo that I created. I found that on the rocks. Lincoln. Stinking Lincoln. Oh, I missed a bunch. It wasn't scrolling. I hate when it stops. But he would have had to die with the chest in the original plan. It wouldn't have ended the chase. So the plan, the plan changed. Miss Cow. Anything news breaking? Yeah, Forrest said on there in one interview that said it would continue until something ends it. That something that ends it is the end of his life. How you doing, Joe? Yeah, I'm blocked from cow shit and gypsies. What are the other ones? I'm not blocked on. I don't think I'm blocked. I have to think about it. I'm sure I'm probably blocked on DeCall's channel. I got thrown out of the Hint of Riches or Cow Laser's Grand Adventure on Facebook. I've been thrown out of there and blocked, and I hadn't even posted anything on there. That's the thing, you know. I'm just there reading. I got other ways to go. Look at your page, you guys. The car. Dude, yes, me or Bill, yeah. I'm blocked. Puppet Forrest is blocked. A bunch of us are blocked. Me too. She's a hater. Yeah. I wish Forrest would cut her off. I wish Forrest, why don't you cut that bitch off? K Pro, what a snake. Did she show you her titties, Forrest? When he takes her bra off, they probably hang to her knees. Yeah, you know, there's some stuff. You know, you heard her crashing a party. Yeah, like I'd like to crash one of their parties. Yeah, even what Forrest told, you know, like he told Seattle Sullivan that you know, he's pretty good with an axe. He's good at swinging axes, whatever it was, you know. So to that effect, you know. And what's the last page of the book? The guy with the axe and then all the trees cut down from swinging an axe. He cleared all the blazes. Yeah. Yeah, if somebody was asking about the one with the knives and the whatever video, that's not me making those ones. That's somebody else made those videos with Marilyn Manson and whatever. That's not me. That's not my style. That's a friend of mine, no. I've shared those. There's one at the Daily Motion. I only have a Daily Motion account to watch stuff there. I've never uploaded anything there. Split head wide open. I ain't seen it. Who split their head open? Bill, you gonna make a documentary too? I know how to edit video and stuff, but I'm not a skilled documentary maker. That's funny how she came up, a documentarian. We call them producers. And I got a message from Jens. Jens he's going to be coming up this spring to do some filming and stuff. He's extended his, because he told me he was going to. Yeah, I'll be there in September or October, and then it was, and then never heard from him. And I say, hey, you know, what's up? You know, if I end up with the treasure, I want to do a document. I need a producer that believes in me, not somebody that I don't know, you know, because I've got all the evidence. From a photo in a hospital. I have a video at Pagosa Hot Springs, across from the commercialized hot springs of Pagosa Hot Springs, on the other side of the river. There's a little pool that maybe one or two people can fit in. And it's got a sandy bottom. It's just surrounded by rocks. The water comes in, and I've stopped in there once, and I did a live stream right from that pool, and it was nice in there. I don't know what the temperature was. It wasn't 105 or nothing. It was probably 98 or so. It was a nice little hot spring. But if you go to the bottom, in the bottom of the hot spring, you stick your toes in there, you burn your toes because that hot water's coming up. It's not mixed yet, you know. And the water in the sand is hotter than the water in the pool, and that's why where warm water's halt is at the bottom, and the hot spring with the deepest bottom is Pagosa Hot Springs. So warm water's halts there. That's the deepest one. $8:30. Yeah. After I'm done with this video, I gotta set my alarm and try to sleep until 1:30 or so, and I gotta get up and get out of here. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, because if I gotta leave at 2 in the morning, and it's 7 degrees now. It's the forecast says it's gonna be -6 tonight. It might be -10. Who knows? And so I'm gonna try and get this up to like 90 degrees in here before I go, because I gotta turn the propane heater off, and something will end it means it's already ended. Yeah, something will. It's his life. Something will. The word will. His will end it. It's his will that this happens this way. Yeah, I got an appointment for a phlebotomy on the 3rd of January, and I could go then. I could go south then, maybe. I don't know. It takes this thing gets like 5.5, 6 miles to a gallon, and so yeah, it's quite to go down to Arizona for a month. It is probably $900 in fuel, and I don't. I'd rather spend. It takes me probably $100 in propane to keep it warm in here. So, it's either $900 in gas to go down there, or spend the $100 on propane to keep it warm inside. I figure my last bottle of propane went from Monday to Saturday, so it's almost 6 days. Treasure Man. I hadn't seen Treasure Man for a while. Oh Lord, be careful. Yeah. I gotta head. But it stopped snowing yesterday, so, and today was sunny all day, and I'm hoping that the plows have gotten out and got the snow off the roads, and the sun dried them out, and that I have a good trip up to Denver and back. And according to the snow chart I seen, the snow didn't hit much north of Colorado Springs. So once I get that far, I'm past hopefully past any icy roads and stuff. It's just to make my 8 o'clock a.m. appointment, I'm going to be probably hitting some rush hour traffic between Colorado Springs and Denver, and that's a 2-lane freeway. that lousy county Castle Rock is in, or whatever county that is. They finally decided to widen the freeway because there's so many accidents there. You know, and they kept it like it was. How you doing, Thor girl? They kept it like it was because they had a lot of revenue from tickets, and the tow companies and the body shops were getting lots of work, and so we'll just leave it at 2 lanes and make it dangerous for everybody. And the deer stay put to. I hate them damn deer. What, when it's cold, the deer staying on the road? I've got like 6 videos from my dash cam of me missing deer. One was really close. I hit the brakes, and a soda bottle rolled off the passenger seat onto the floor and went thud. And I said, "Oh, you hit that one." And I said, "No, that was a soda bottle that rolled onto the floor." I missed him. I'm trying to see. What is that picture? Oh, that's one of the Mammoth Temple things here. It's just there's some. See, yeah. See, the mirror is. No, that mirror bound some light on there. Something's reflecting off of there. Probably my computer. Yep. So, yeah, people are complaining about this cracked screen and stuff on this it's an S7 Samsung Edge. I can't, and I've always hated this phone, and the glass is cracked. And guy told me I could get $100 for it, selling it like it is at the phone store. So I'm gonna put it on eBay, start it at $5 or whatever with $10 shipping, and because it's the phone works, everything works. The glass is cracked. The LCD isn't cracked. The glass on top of it is. No, I don't hunt. I don't believe in it. Sorry. I'm not a fan of hunting. Yeah, I think Jack's in. Oh, he went outside and he go, "I want back in. It's cold out here." Now it's 5 degrees. So what was my other little cartoon I made? What colors are a daffodil? And he says to find a substitute. Bill, you doing Rockies is unveil unlevel concrete poured over or new old. If you look at on Google Earth without any of the layers turned on, just viewing the Earth, and you get way up over where you can see Arizona and Colorado and Utah and California, the whole western U.S., and it looks like there's a big meteor crater, the center around Phoenix. It's a big circle that cuts up into the Rockies right by here and stuff. And there's an ancient map that shows the San Juan River used to run into the Rio Grande River. It's like, wow, so these mountains grew since then and stuff. You're looking at ancient geological time and stuff. But they've been like that at least since the Ice Age. These formations have been up there because of all the mammoth figures. They've, and Forrest found that. He tried to tell me once when I was showing him one of my pictures of the rocks. "Oh, I can't see that stuff." Then you go read Scrapbook 116, and it's like, you're full of it. You can see that stuff. Might need glasses or gaze at it for a while. It's a marble gaze, and that's his bathroom is a marble gaze. Those are marble on his wall, and the cracks and the marble, the crystalline cracks in the marble are showing up. You know, it's almost like I ordered my shungite at my mailbox from Russia that I got to put in my water, and they say that stuff that they've cured Ebola and something else. It kills viruses, all pathogens. You put shungite in your water, it'll fix you up. So I said, well, that's worth a try at least, because all it is pure carbon and 2% silica, and or silicon, not the silicon that they use in microprocessors. The silica that's in crystals. Extraterrestrial. Yeah, it came from outer space. But I got what is it? 80 grams. I bought 80 grams, and it was $27, including shipping, to get it here from Russia. And it got here a month faster than it said it would. I haven't picked it up at the post office yet. Because I had 3 other things that were supposed to show up today. A sheath. I ordered a sheath for my knife. That'd be, that's got eagles and a rabbit. The eagle chasing the rabbit. And the eagle has got eagles in the handle. And he's got a little gold plated thing on the end, and it's nice old. That's kind of Bowie knife you want. But that knife was like, it was $10. It's Chinese, but it looks nice. Chinese do make some nice things. It's not real horn, I don't think. It's a plastic injected thing or whatever, but it looks nice. I also got another. I got my World War II. My World War II fighting knife. This was my dad. We found this metal detecting up near Placerville, California, in the gold areas. And this is a World War II fighting knife that, they use for hand-to-hand combat. But that was my dad's. He wasn't in World War II. My dad was 2 years younger than Forrest, and went in the Navy about the same time Forrest went in the Air Force. Did you ever find gold out there, Bill? I found some up near Salida. I found a few, just tiny flakes, so small that you can't keep track of them. I need one of them bottle sniffers and stuff. I guess maybe I should take a trip down to Arizona and stop at the gold mining store in Kingman. But if I go down there to Arizona next time, I'm not taking I-40 up past Williams and over to King. No, that is the United States worst interstate. It's full of holes, and I swear when you're in an RV, when it's a bad road. Have you seen the unlimited survival shovel? No, I haven't, but I got a little shovel I use for little So I think it's a Black and Decker shovel I have. Hatchets are good. Yeah. Talk about hatchets. You might scare Sullivan. Yeah. Ultimate survival show. Van Gold. Did it ever miss something? Nice knife. Yeah. You hear a jet up there. I can imagine how cold it is outside that jet. Because, it got back up to 7 degrees, warmed up 2 degrees. My goodness. Go Saints, huh? Okay. I quit. I quit following all the professional sports teams. Yeah, just after 9/11, I went to a Rockies game. I brought my American flag, and they were going to throw me out for bringing the American flag to the baseball game. And I said, screw them. Those guys make enough money, and they don't need my support. In Alamo. Bounce from cows because they only want to talk about the Vegas treasure. Yeah. Oh, they're still going? I didn't know. I got sick of watching them. I saw what they were going to show about Forrest, and they can't figure it out. And she. Oh, I don't want to talk about Forrest dying. Yeah, or somebody was. You know, it's like Forrest knows. Anybody that's 89 knows the end is near. You know. It's sad, but anybody that seen Forrest in 2015 and compare 4 years ago compared with Forrest now, yeah, he's losing weight, and he probably goes to bed each night wondering if he's going to wake up the next day. You never know when you're at that age. My great-grandfather, I think, made it to 92. My grandmother made it to 94. And before she passed, she was calling me by my dad's name and stuff. She thought I was my dad, and she got really feisty. I never seen my grandmother feisty because she was always the proper, woman, lady. She was a lady, whatever, she was a cocktail waitress in Monterey during the Korean War and whatever. When my dad was in the Navy, and my grandmother was married 9 times. she as much or more times than Liz Taylor. No, he ain't. I am. Who's what? Forrest Fenn's not an alcoholic. And I went and had dinner. Went to a Mexican restaurant I like to go to and talk to the guys there. And their father had passed away in the last week, and they're taking him down to Mexico to bury him. And I told him, I bet there's a lot of paperwork to take a body across the border. Oh yeah, too much paperwork. That's not Forrest Fenn's wine collection. That was filmed in Doug Preston's office. That's not Fenn's wine. That's Doug's wine. Yeah, see? Alma Rose knew. I will stay on for a while until my computer acts up. Yeah, my computer's acting up already, and I am. And the thing that messed up my computer is when the computer says, "Okay, battery's so low, I'm going to hibernate." so it backs it, tries to store it all, and I'm going to bring it back up when the power's back on, right? And when the power's back on, it comes back up, but it's missing the components for media player and all this, thing, and so then it'll work for a few more months, and then it'll do that again and go into hibernation and totally destroy your operating system when it comes back out. And so I'm at that point, and I'm lucky enough that I got to back up all my files to my backup drive. What I should do is just copy the whole computer over to the 5 terabyte drive, and then I have everything. But go blue. No, I'm gonna reformat the computer. Wolverine, skunk bears, yeah. they remember this video. It was a joke, porn. It was a kind of a sex joke, and this girl had the impression of a W on her chest, right? And her friend asked, "How'd you get that?" And she says, "That's from my boyfriend's college shirt." "Oh, does he go to Michigan?" "No, he goes." Or no, does he go to Wisconsin? "No, he goes to Michigan." That was funny. Some people didn't get it, maybe. Possums. Sock Spanish. If you're saying it, you can speak Spanish. McDonald's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8. Something like that. That's about all the Spanish I know. There's a Ponsol. Yeah, Toby's El Ponsol. I got it. Here's my little bear in the fire truck. No. But yeah, I got a new phone coming before Christmas, supposedly. Except the post office, everything is late. The phone, so I won't have this cracked picture anymore. I'm gonna sell this one to recoup, and so it'll only end up cost me maybe $50 for the. But I got another phone. I got 2 old phones to sell, and this one was working, and now you see something's gone wrong with it lately. I think because I turned it out of airplane mode, it communicated with Verizon, and Verizon said disable phone. Yeah. Something's cracked on this one. This phone, this thing's cracked. You see the fuzz up in this corner over here. And when the sun's out, then you see more of it because the sun's glaring in the cracks. And so I ordered the new one with a protective cover and protective glass to go over the top of the screen, and a piece of shungite, shungite. You can get a piece of shungite, little shungite sticker. That one's 1 inch by 1.5 inches is what I ordered, and you stick it on your phone, and it makes the EMF safer. It absorbs the EMF signal. People say that when they put it on their phone, the phone doesn't get hot anymore. you crack is whack. Are you talking about Biden? Hunter? Did you stump with the Fez hat art? Did you do the stump Fez hat art? What Fez hat art? I remember my mother had a picture of one of our ancestors. I had to be on the side of the family that came from Austria, and he was in his Persian army uniform, and that would have been from the 1800s, long before all the troubles and stuff. That's good to know about Shungite. Yeah. Yeah, you can get a little Shungite sticker for your phone. I want the Shungite pyramid that's like 6 inches across. they sell these little ones. I got a little piece of, that's my Shungite is what. But this is the type that they make the little pyramids and stuff, all that, and it's nice and smooth, polished Shungite stone. But the type you put in the water is the elite Shungite, and that looks more like chunks of metal. How much snow? I got less than 2 inches of snow here. Go get. That less than 2. They say they got a foot of snow on the other side of the mountain. and my friends over in Del Norte, they got a foot of snow. And like I said, it snows on the mountains on either side, and it races across the mountain. And when it was snowing here, it was blowing sideways, and only like 2 inches of it stayed on the ground. Green walnut and wormwood. Yeah, but nothing from Earth compares with Shungite from outer space. Sorry, it's not my religion. I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. I don't. My sister's birthday, 11/16. Well, mine isn't. I don't know what 11. Yeah, you must be conversing with somebody else there. Jack. Where's Jack? He's up there sleeping. I'm more like Forrest. I'm more like his religion. My fifth great grandfather, Ethan Allen, wrote a book, Reason, the Only Oracle of Truth, and it covers all the hypocritical stuff in the Bible, and you know, but it's kind of like it's programmed in me from my ancestors. That's why I'm the way I am, because you kind of evolve into whatever. Peggy's birthday. Oh, Peggy's birthday is the last. I didn't know that. But I had a good idea yesterday, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stop at the store tomorrow when I'm up in Denver and get Forrest a Christmas present for him and Peggy. Just a little thing to, because the Cal Pro show, they would mention something that's like, oh well, I'm gonna get Forrest some of that because they said he shouldn't have it. There's if you're in your last few years, what's it matter what you do? And especially he's got a 50-year extension already. No, I'm not a Rasta. Uh, you should go live at the museum. Yeah, maybe I will. But it could be after I go to this. I'm pretty sure after my appointment, and they told, well, we got food and snacks here if you're hungry when you get to the doctor's office. It's a endocrinologist, my thyroid and the reproductive things and all that stuff. Not reproducing, I don't think. I could, but stop work order. Stop work order and is giving me hard times. Dear me. You hear that? I got my heater there, and a foot in front of the heater, I got a 5-gallon bucket with 2 1-gallon bottles on there, heating up with water. It's now it's 4.6 degrees now, but you know what my water tank is like when it's frozen outside? My shower, and this is nice and warm right now. It's nice and hot. I put these are I got an extra cap that I took a hot fork and put holes all over in the cap, and so I got 2 of these 1-gallon bottles I fill up with water and warm them up. In the summer I can put them on the dash, and you get nice. You just put the other cap on, and that's how you get a shower. Because yeah, I need a house with a shower filled with yellow dye. Yellow dye in where? Cut to something will end it. Yeah, something will end it. His will. His passing ends the chase. He's not leaving us to his family. Where do you get? Oh, I get my water in town. There's a Sweetwater. It's like a photomat booth. You know, it's just a kiosk in the parking lot with two terminals for filling water bottles, and it's $1.75 for a 5-gallon or 35 cents a gallon. You have another? No. All I have is my motorhome. And when I bought the motorhome, I could have. I had the money for the and I was looking to buy a house, but the house would have taken all that I spent on the motorhome. It would have taken that much. Plus, it would have been like $800-900 a month, and at that time, the Social Security was like $1,200 a month, and so the mortgage would have been $800 or $900 a month, and then you got the electric bill and the phone bill and all that stuff going on, and it's like I'm not gonna have any money left over for food if I buy this house, you know. It's a $120,000 house or $100,000 house, and it was. But I could get the motorhome and go traveling, and I was in Florida when I learned about the chase. I was in a friend's house down in Florida with my RV in their front yard. There's a little house that needs a lot of work in Monte Vista for $15,000, but that takes cash, and no bank will loan on it. So, But I should contact them and see if they, hey, would the owner take $300 a month for 72 months or something? like to know how far off or close I was to a solve. The solve was seeing these shapes in the rocks, seeing his stories on the canyon walls, and finding the Buffalo Cowboys car that I have in my shed with the bullet hole in it. That's why the bullet hole is photoshopped on the Buffalo Cowboys car in the book. And those are two different cars in that picture. Complete two different cars. The fuel tank on them is different. Oh, it's hard to do this. See around the. But you see this seam on the gas tank here? See how far down the side it comes? And see how high this one is compared to it. There. This is a different car here than this one. This one, Skippy's photoshopped in there. This is identical to the one I have. This one is, but this one right there's a bullet hole photoshopped onto it. They wouldn't be driving this car with a bullet hole in the gas tank. Okay, so that bullet hole is photoshopped. Yeah. And then the other thing is the date, 1947, August 8th, 1947. That's about 47. It's 50. That's like 70 years, exactly 70 years, almost to the day that I found the Buffalo Cowboy car. That's a coincidence. Almost 70 years. I got onto my the final search area in 2016, August of 2016, and that's August of 47. So did I find it then or then? I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, it's almost the same date as when I found that thing. And it was moved to where it was. And if you look on Google Earth where it was, the meadow is shaped like the letter D. He prayed for D's. He won't admit it. He did. When I put it on eBay and I took it off of eBay, it's because of what Forrest told me that someone might sue you for misrepresenting it and stuff. He was trying to tell me, you want to hang on to that because it's part of the treasure. Agreed, Thor. You never have enough pictures of good memory. Skip does look photoshopped in. Yeah, Forrest admitted Skippy was photoshopped in there. Forrest admitted to that. But nobody brought up the bullet hole. The bullet hole was photoshopped on there too. Yeah, what I plan on doing to keep it warm inside here while I go to the doctor's is I'm going to leave my generator running, and that'll keep my electric heater running so I can turn the propane off, and it'll hopefully keep it a little warmer in here. And then I got to try and get back here early in the evening tomorrow. That's what the winner is in his will, and I believe I'm the winner because old Dale isn't any good at seeing shapes and rocks, and most people aren't good at seeing shapes and rocks. It takes an omnipotent guru, someone like Leo Salazar, who showed him where Moses received the Ten Commandments. That were the Ten Commandments, and those saying to put a cross on. Hey, where did Moses get the Ten Commandments? How were those Ten Commandments put into the stone? They were burned or blazed into the stone by the hand of God. This is about Jiminy Cricket. You wish upon a star, and he talks about dreams coming true and stuff. And I did confirmation bias. You are so sure of your own solution that even if someone showed you the treasure, you would not believe it. And yeah, good spelling error, Bill. Me too. Show you what? I think the way he set up the spot, the treasure chest, is very the treasure chest ain't out there. His trove is out there. His trove is the ancient art, the ancient archaeology, the art, his stories on the canyon wall. That is what the trove is. If you find his trove, he'll give you the title to the treasure in his will. Cool. It's covered with snow up there. I ain't searching up there right now. Won't be able to search till maybe June. 45 plus tonight? 45 plus what? It's 5.9 degrees. I got it 68 inside, and that's with the propane heater running, and I got my generator running, powering my I got a 700 watt electric oil filled radiator. And that's the other thing. I got a great invention that make that heater, instead of that bottle lasting 6 days, I can make it last 2 weeks. I think with my other heater invention, you know, because if you use that propane to heat water and run it through a little water radiator, it's going to take a lot less energy to heat that water in the radiator to make the same amount of heat. Because most of that, it goes up to the ceiling and out the roof. I got the vent blocked off, and I got bubble wrap in half the windows. I got some, that's one of the things I was hoping to get from my mailbox, was some magnets to put more bubble wrap up over the windows. The theory will just seem to make the way all the searchers that died a bit too unfortunate. Well, that's unfortunate, you know. He didn't plan on people being stupid. The guy that drowned in the river, he wasn't searching for they were goofing off when he drowned. It wasn't any effort to get the treasure or nothing. He went in the water in rapids or something where he shouldn't have jumped in. And he wasn't a good swimmer or something. I don't know. I was a long distance swimmer, and I was faster than Johnny Weissmuller, I'll tell you that. My dad was faster than Johnny Weissmuller, and I was faster than my dad. I was 100 yards, I was 2 or 3 seconds faster than my dad. Randy Bilyeu went out there and, sub-zero weather. It's colder than it is right now. And I went out there and started my generator. I want to get back inside, you know. Had the heater. Before I go outside, I got the heater on, so I get back inside and I go, ooh, warm up on that heater. And it's sitting about 3 feet over, no more than that, huh? about 4 or 5 feet right across the. I got it sitting in front of my stove, and I got it angled so it's not pointing straight at me or I get too hot. But now it's 68 degrees inside, so it's fighting to keep it at 68 with two heaters running. But I have that heater on low, and there's a medium and a high. But you put it on high, and that propane just. And I learned to. I learned to keep it on low, and if it's a little chilly, I'll put on a coat. Yeah. Now it's 67.8, so somewhere cold air is getting in. One thing, the steps coming into the RV, there's the step lifts up, and the batteries are there, and cold air comes in from those steps, and so I got to make a. I want to make a. I got to get a piece of plywood and cut it to fit, and put carpet on the bottom side, and to try and seal that cold steps off. I got to get another. I put a new weather strip on my door, and it's still getting some air past it, so I'm going to put a second weather strip in the door. The girl that drowned was what girl drowned? I didn't know any girl drowned. Yeah, as Captain Marvel said the same thing. I met Randy. Yeah, I met Randy at the gas bar signing. Yeah. You can't be reckless. If you're reckless, it's your own damn fault. The guy that fell off the cliff, he's running from a bear or what, How do you fall off a cliff? In the book, Forrest has the chapter Teachers with Ropes. If you're going to be where it's like that, use a freaking rope. Tie yourself off to something. I've gone off and I've gone with a rope and had the rope around me and you're pretty safe. I have a 300-pound test rope, and so you got to have a rope that's made to hold your weight. I'm not 300 pounds, but I had more than enough rope. I found his car, lots of photos. Which car? Yeah, which car? The Buffalo Cowboys car? To get an A, you got to find the Model A. It's not the. Randy's car. You're the one found his car there. Wow. Yeah, I went search. I was up by the Arkansas River in Salida that January 1st. I was in Salida for New Year's Eve. Went to the bar in Salida for New Year's Eve, and when I went to look at my spot by the river, by the pinion kilns and all that, and I saw the ice going halfway across the river with an open channel down parts of the middle, and the water goes under the ice. And the whole river is covered. If you fall in that river and go under that ice, you're gone. You're gone. And so you don't go anywhere near that. It's dangerous. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have. I don't have. My Social Security doesn't do enough for me to head off and go and doing little jaunts like that or participating in that. Fall on to earth in my star so far. Get back. Okay, now open. Where was that? Oh, thought I made a meme of that. I did. Hmm. There was something else. Something. What else was it I found? Um, oh, indulgence. Hmm. Um, I found an indulgence. I mean, he talks about Shakespeare. I just search on the internet for it. 'Cause I know I made a meet, but it's not. I didn't put it where it belonged on my computer. So I'm just gonna here. Hakespere. You know what that is? Did you get into Grandpa's cough syrup, Bill? What do you mean? Because I ain't been coughing or something? It might be my shungite that's. Yeah. And when I get my shungite water, I'm hoping my health goes. May your indulgence set me free. William Shakespeare. Of course, great people are all named Bill. I don't knock Grandpa's cough syrup. The recipe. Well, I still got that. Remember when I had the guy across the street, and he had that Jack Daniels apple Jack Daniels, and I've still got that. I'll show you. That's from last summer. It's still and like I said, I went to the Mexican restaurant and I had one margarita and one shot of tequila, and I felt like shit the rest of the night. I can't drink. That's why my vice is the peace pipe, because it makes me feel better. Yeah, my granddaughters. I want you to grow your beard, Grandpa. So I look like Santa Claus again, right? That looks like pee. No, that's. My brother's a truck driver, and he has a bottle of Simply Tea that he turned the tea into a P, and it says Simply P on it. Now, my cousin just told me I look better without it. So now, if I grow a beard, I grow it for Christmas and I cut it off after. Yeah, it's at least 6-7 months old. It was before I went searching, so it had to be June or earlier. Before I took my RV up to. That's about as far as I take the RV, across the valley, up in the mountains. There's a spot I'd like to park it to camp, but I don't know if they let me get away with that. No freaking way. No, I gotta get up at 1:30 and drive to Denver for the doctors. I'm not drinking this. And I feel like just pouring it out. I don't like it. I'm not a whiskey person. Rum is the alcohol I'll drink. And with my blood cancer and all that stuff, that doesn't, I don't do well. So at least I won't get no DUIs. You know what I mean? And oh, yeah, I gotta get up 1:30, leave by 2, get to Denver before 8. And then after my doctor appointment, I'll probably take a nap in my car, or I'll go to the museum and take a nap on a bench. Coconut. I like coconuts and mounds. Coffee. No, I don't drink. I have neurological disorders. The one that caused my blood cancer is a neurological thing that, yeah. It's and I was just reading, and they have treatments for it that helps it and cure, that they have a stem cell treatment for my nerve disorder because it's a hereditary thing. And I was trying to get my doctor, told my doctor this is what caused my because if you read about erythromegalia, it says that it can cause polycythemia vera. Well, I've been diagnosed with polycythemia vera, and I look up erythromegalia, and it's what I initially complained about, my toes stinging and burning and stuff, and it's gone up past my ankles, and the VA has put on my record somatization disorder and idiopathic neuropathy. That means the pathologist that put idiopathic neuropathy is an idiot. That means your pathologist is an idiot. And they'll write that on there. They'll put on there that they're an idiot. And you got to be proactive. You got to research your conditions and all that. Even when I told the VA, I think I have some iron overload because I'm getting iron spots, and I've read, and I got some, and oh, no, you don't. And my cancer, oh, yeah, you did. That's exactly what you had. And so from 2008 to this year, it took before I could get past the doctors. It says here somatization disorder. That means all of your ailments are made up in your head. I'm not going to listen to anything you tell me. And so I get a bunch of asshole doctors. And I told the VA, that has to come off my record. 100% disabled, pain medication. That's my pain medication, 4 years and surgery. When I went for my disability hearing, judge, you've had 28 surgeries? Yep. 28 surgeries, or 28 occasions that required stitches, surgery. And I'm waiting for a referral now because my doctor, we did your CAT scan, and you have advanced sinusitis. You need to see an ENT. No shit, I've been saying that for 9 months. Why does it take 9 months? It's because they've been, we thought you were we thought it was just in your head. It says on here, it's just in his head. It's not real. My CAT scan says it's real. So you're going to keep telling me that it's in my head? You stupid. My gosh. Doctors are terrible. Especially ones nowadays. And a lot of doctors don't have much respect for men. And it's very typical of a woman doctor to you're a man, you're supposed to be strong and put up with anything that gets you, and they don't want to do anything. My son has he's gotten surgery on his back and everything from the VA that he asked for. you know. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to have to change out doctors and go to the Pueblo VA and ask for this. I got to find out from my son who his doctor is. I want the same doctor, so I can say that's my son. He's got my DNA. You're helping him, now help me. You know. You know, you might not be able to share the stuff with me, but my son would. You know, if me and my if I brought maybe when I go up there I'll bring my son to the doctor with me. You know, and that way we can both be there. Yeah, you know, yeah. Let's compare notes here. You got the same spine. You know. Oh. But getting my blood cancer treated, it's thinned my blood some, and my joints don't have as much padding as before. My back's been hurting a whole lot more. Elephant up top, but inside. Yeah, and the other thing, elephants. I was saying, oh, one of these elephant skulls. It's in his trunk. A trunk is a treasure chest too. Like the trunk of a car or a sea trunk. Well, do they have a point your nose problem? Yeah, that it is. But it also, I've always had my headaches start in the base of my neck, and when I looked up the sinusitis and all, it talks about your sinuses go down to the base or the base of your skull, the top of your neck, and so my sinuses are doing that too. It's all everything through here, you know. But that would sure be nice. And I watched a thing where the doctor, what do they do when they surgery on your nose, you know? And they go up there and they clear things up and they open things up and all that blockage and whatever comes out. No, not that I know. I grew up in the Bay Area and in San Francisco Bay Area, and the government has admitted spraying the population of the Bay Area with stuff. I don't know what they were spraying, you know. But I think Trump is going to expose all this stuff. Trump is going to expose exactly what happened to Kennedy. All those files are going to come out, you know. He's ending the central bank run government, and he's ending the central bank. And you know what happens when he ends the central bank? It ends income tax, because that's all central bank income tax. That's not U.S. income tax. That's Rothschild income tax. And don't those fuckers have enough money? Water, if you drink it, it makes me sick. So I say coffee. Yeah. I just drink tea. My cup's empty. Yeah. Yep. Used to go cruising in Walnut Creek. I lived in Concord with my brother for a while. Or near my brother's. I stayed at his place a few days, but I had my own apartment, I guess, eventually up there. My brother worked at the Concord Naval Base depot. They store nuclear weapons there. There'd be protesters where the trains bring bombs in or whatever. And a lot of those places are closing down. In air, picture circus or picture. Mount Diablo. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've climbed up. I've been on top of Mount Diablo. I've been up there. It's a volcano. I grew up in Fremont. Well, that's where I went to high school and stuff. But I partly grew up Mountain Views, Sunnyvale, San Jose before that. It snowed in 1963 in San Jose. That was unusual. And it snowed one time when I was in high school in the 70s. El Diablo. Yep, neither. Captain Marvel. For some reason, it always assumes you were a man. Oh, I didn't know Captain Marvel wasn't. I did too. Huli, hola. Hi, Huli. CMC. A lot of people miss the first part. I thought Cow Shit and K-Profit were finishing up, and so I went live. Because I got to get... I think by 10 I'll cut it off, because so I have about 20 minutes. So I gotta try and... if I can't sleep, at least rest all I can, and because I got to get up early. Hey, Big Whoopee. Not sure superheroes. I'm working on an expense report. Oh boy. Yeah, my sister does bookkeeping or taxes or bookkeeping for different companies. She used to run a bar, so she knows about business books. The trove of his memories on the canyon wall. And so you find all these memories, and then one of them, oh, there's Moses and Leo Salazar. That's where Moses received the 10 Commandments. And where did he receive them? At the burning bush, where God burned those 10 Commandments into the tablets with his hand. The hand of God burned the words into the tablets. That's a blaze. And it's halfway up 1,000-foot karst, equivalent to where his plane crashed. But then, just down the road from that, is the stout-hearted men figure sitting up there on the thing. Mount Diablo High, Red Devils, yeah. The other reason there was a reason he wanted Canada on the map. The reason he wanted Canada on the map was not because it was up in Canada, but because of what would be printed on the Canada map. The name of the provinces, the Rocky Mountain province is up there. I think British Columbia is that part of the Rockies in British Columbia and Alberta, or just Alberta? I'm not sure. But Alberta is a clue. Look up what Alberta means and tell me if you can interpret that to be a blaze. It's a story of his life. It's a story of his life. It's his life story. And where does the rainbow end? At his tombstone. If you want to know where to find the end of his rainbow, is the end of his life. And Jens had told. I shouldn't have said that. I won't say. Somebody told Jens. I don't know if I suspect it was Forrest, but somebody told Jens that I threatened to kill 2 people, and that's what I figured, the interpretation of Benjamin Franklin's quote when I told Forrest, 3 may keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. And so right there, somebody was thinking I threatened to kill 2 people. Forrest, are you threatening me? Are you threatening me? No, Forrest, I think there's a third party. There sure is. That was it. Tom Hardy heard that. Tom Hardy, he's got confirmation bias going on. A lot of people got confirmation bias going on, but I've already solved it. This again, yeah. Yeah, well, there's new people come in, and a lot of people are too lazy to go. Yeah, well, I got a lot of video out there, and part of it is the longer the video, the harder it is to pick out what's a clue and what's not. You think Forrest wants to be in a box tombstone? I don't. He said to think inside the box. What do they put you in when they bury you? A box. Think inside the box when he's putting the box and putting the ground. It's his will at the end of his rainbow. So how does the life story end up on the... Have you ever heard the saying that everything's already written? That history repeats itself. He gives hints that he gets some slides some out there that people don't see it at all, but like that newest one about the I will continue until something ends it. It will continue until something ends it. Forrest gives a hint. He smiles and chuckles. No, he doesn't always. Words of the prophets were written on stone in the wall. Yeah. I just saw a video today. They found an archaeological site in Connecticut with artifacts dating more than 12,000 years old. More than 12,000 years old in Connecticut. And all these stories are all in I found a Jesus story, all the people in the cradle and the baby in the cradle and the wise men and all that. That's on the canyon walls too. All of the stories, the whole history is up there. And it's a whole lot of it's a lot of family. Groups of people. It wasn't just King Tut. Everybody had a monument, you know. There was no Forest Service in those days to say, hey, stop carving on that rock. And there you go there, the subway walls, the graffiti and stuff, right? And it distorts the architecture underneath it. The movie A Farewell to Arms and Gary Cooper. He said, I'm studying architecture. Do you know what architecture is? And she says, no. And he was looking at the arch in her high heel shoe. The arch was the first form of art. And that's where architecture came from, is from arches, you know. And what's important to him is his That's why he went to New Mexico, because of the archaeology. That's his hobby, is finding things that are old. That's what the one thing, all his other hobbies, 10, 15 years. The architecture, from when he was 12 to now, he's still into architecture. That wasn't a 15-year hobby. That was a lifelong hobby. And finding stuff And being it's pre-diluvial, before the Great Flood, it means that it's, it points to Atlantis, basically. Before the Great, I found gods that are in Egypt that Egypt says they're Atlanteans. They came from Atlantis, and they are here. So these figures in Colorado went and built the pyramids after the Great Flood. Yeah, I found lots of stickmen, carved in the rock. And I've got this one tree that was like, wow, man, that looks like native carvings. That doesn't look like something somebody would do here, you know. And that area is in a grove of trees. And once it snows there, that snow stays there in that grove of trees. It's there till June, July. This year, the road to where I go camp when I search, the road up there to where the Buffalo Cowboys car was didn't open until the second week or second week of July. You know, normally it would open in beginning of June or middle of June at the latest, but there was so much water and the Rio Grande River got so high that they had to pull the railroad tracks aside to build the wall up to stop the water from flooding over the banks and flooding the farmers there. North is many islands of old. Yeah. Okay. No, we're not looking at that quite that old. Well, that stuff they found in Connecticut was 7 feet underground. They found these artifacts, and the picture they showed, they only showed a picture aerial shot of the area, and it looked like a construction site, or maybe that was the ancient walls that were. But from what I seen, these people, I think they had they lived underground. Where my pyramid thing is, this guy ran a satellite scan of that mountain that I call a pyramid, and it has air shafts radiating every 600 feet and every 45 degrees all the way around the peak of that mountain, and they go these air shafts every 600 feet going out a mile or so. They extended to the edge of the scan was 1 mile square, and this thing had air shafts going down in there, and I looked at the scan, I looked at the Google Earth, and I said, hey, what are these gray areas here? Because they don't match what's on the surface. Oh, those are underground caverns, or underground, and there was like 8 of them, 8 huge things, 600 feet by 600, big underground rooms there. And right now I'm getting real nauseous because I'm hungry. I gotta fix something to eat, and then I gotta get some rest. Is that Pyramid Mountain terraced? No, no. That one's not terraced. It's got an earthquake fault going right through it, and it's a little bit shifted, like a quake, like part of it moved couple hundred feet, and so the top it doesn't really look, because it's 13,000 years old. But I got to climb up that mountain one day. And it's right by my other campsite. It's not near the treasure area. But I found several areas that I would call cities. ancient cities, and there are these rock formations, and it's just one after another, one after another. Walls of rock art going for miles. And most people, unless you marvel gaze, you're not going to see it. Sprayed in art. No. This art is older than the Native Americans we know of, because there's so many mammoth figures. It's Ice Age. There haven't been mammoths here. Then the Pueblos and the Navajos and all them they don't know elephants. That isn't part of their culture. So all the elephant figures point to Ice Age. Says there haven't been elephants in North America or mammoths for 12,900 years. I call it 13,000. Yeah, I got intestinal issues. That's why I have to inject my vitamin B12, and I got pernicious anemia. So once a month, I stick myself in the leg with a little red B12 syrup or something. I put it in. Am I going dead? I got 40%. It just reconnected for some reason. My cell phone towers, they reset the towers or something. I don't know. Yeah, this picture right here is a real neat one. See, this figure is a princess, and that's I'm going to show you closer. Plug for a second. Ooh, my phone is hot. Man, switch that around. There. You see this guy here? Here's his eyes. And he's looking up. This is his prince. This is her headdress. And here's his princess sitting. There's her butt. These are her legs and her knees and her legs coming down. But you see, she's even got a little smile. See her face? And he's there. And that's right next to the formation with the gypsies. And that's at sunset, you see that like that. So there's a certain time of day that you see certain things. There's a snowman I built. And there's Ronnie Montrose. And you may have seen that statue in Santa Fe. This is my Uncle Vern, my Uncle Ron, and my dad. And there's Forrest. There's a Forrest picture. Those are my great-grandparents, Mary Allen Rogers and Christopher Darius Gorman. There's Alice Cooper. There's my dad. There's my great-grandparents, their wedding picture. There's a llama at the top of Wolf Creek Pass. There's all the way up there. That's me, my dad, my grandfather, and my great-grandfather. We're all Gormans. There's 4 generations of Gormans. And there, you know what that is? That's a Colombian mammoth. This is my great-great-grandfather. Where'd he go? This guy. That's him right there. The second one. This is old Abe, the Screaming Eagle at Vicksburg in 1863. This is Ambrose Armitage and
And this guy, he was the eagle bearer, and I had this guy's name, Briggs, Myron Briggs. There's the eagle in Monte Vista. There's my grandfather. There's that art picture again with the guy holding the princess. That's Davy Patterson he's on Montrose's band Gamma, and he was a singer for Robin Trower Band. There's a TWA. I can't remember what they were called. And there we go. Oh, there's me and some aliens at Roswell. Okay. Let's switch this around.
Notice I've tried to avoid showing you my mess. Yeah, I'm not a marketing guy, and the production of so yeah, I kind of need the treasure to get my art to go. Otherwise, it's going to take a long time. Oh, you were on the bed? You were on the bed, Jack? Huh? Wink at me. Hey, I was sleeping on your bed, keeping it warm for you. Art can be personal. Okay. At 10 o'clock. I honestly don't know. I know you were in town. Yeah, I used to design microwave systems for Sprint. And when they stopped doing microwave, I switched and I engineered fiber optic networks. And in the early 80s, I was building telecommunications satellites that are in geosynchronous orbit, 22,300 miles up. I worked on the first DirecTV satellites, not the stuff that's on the ground, the stuff that's up there, and that stuff in geosynchronous. I don't know if it ever comes back to Earth. They probably before the thing dies, they put it in a thrust and send it out into space. Yep. Good night. Thanks for watching, J.A. I gotta get some food in my stomach. The feeling I had a couple minutes ago went away, but yeah, if I don't eat something soon here. And then on my trip up there, nothing's gonna be open to stop and eat. You know? Oh. Come to think of it, I should probably go. Probably gotta go for a ride into town. I don't know how much gas I got. And I don't know what gas stations are going to be open. The one along the highway should be open. The truck stop one. I could check on. I gotta go. I gotta see if I should have thought of all that and filled up my tank before. Oh, goes that? Yeah, but I got enough to get over the hill to Walsenburg, and once there's gas stations there in Walsenburg along the highway, but I got to see when they close, because if I don't have enough gas to get there, then I got to go into Alamosa and get some gas here before the gas station in Alamosa closes. Probably before midnight. Yep, thanks. Have a good day. Take it easy. Where's my button? I got to get my stuff together here and prepare for my trip. Maybe even I'll take off and get up there and, I don't know. I want to beat the traffic between Springs and Denver. Good night. Thanks for watching Marvel Gaze and everybody else, and Dan Stagg. And happy trails to you until we meet again. That's him and his painting of the two guys on the horse riding off into the sunset, the cliche, the end of a long journey. You know, it's the end of the thing. He's riding off into the sunset. See you later.